So the first obvious question to ask you guys is how you guys met. I understand it was sort of almost like a fix-up situation.
Both Paul and I do these little events for BMI, and the person who books them, Dan Spears, he kind of like, he was the one who set us up. He was like, I never do this, but I just think you guys should meet. I have this like feeling about it. And
so he teamed us up.
It was
going like, hey, you should check out this babe that I found. And I was like, I don't know, I'm not trying to. We were both weren't really trying to.
I was happy to be single.
He's a great guy, and that's like, I feel like any time that I have like set myself up in the past, like it's always just ended terribly, So I was like, all right, I trust this guy. He has good taste in music, so maybe this will work out. Yeah, he said, man, you guys are very similar energies in that way of thinking. So
yeah.
But you do say that both of you sort of had some trepidation or hesitation when this idea was posed to you. So like, explain to me why that was.
Well, I had just gotten out of a long relationship, so I was really happy to just like be single and do my own thing. So I guess I wasn't really like anxious to get into to meet anyone new. I was happy to just like be single, and I think probably Paul felt similar, right?
Yeah. I mean, so the past few years, this record that I just put out for a solo record was a breakup record, and I had been in kind of a funk for a while. And so when my buddy Dan was like, hey, I've got this LA actress that I should set you up with, I was kind of like, hilarious. I just went through that cycle.
Had you sworn off actresses because of your very obviously you were in a very public relationship with someone you musically collaborated with Nikki Reed, who was an actress, and you blurred the professional and the personal by doing music together. So was there a hesitation to collaborate musically with someone you're dating?
I think both of us just like making stuff, so when we were together it happened pretty naturally, where like, Paul was at my place here in LA writing a song, and then I was like, oh, can I finish writing it? Can I do the second verse? So it just kind of happened naturally. It wasn't like we were like, oh, let's form a band.
I know you're touring together, and you have an album called Oh Jonathan, which is obviously inspired by a past relationship. Your album, Modern Hearts,
past relationship,
breakup album. So when you're touring together and you're doing your own sets and you're performing these songs in front of each other, like, is it ever like awkward? Like, oh, I'm listening to my partner sing about this very personal, vulnerable stuff from the past.
I don't think so. Those songs to me have a place in time, and I'm really happy that I wrote them. But they're not where I'm at currently. So when I'm singing them live, you have to revisit those songs a pinch, but at the same time I know that I'm not there mentally. Although I will say I had to change up my set just a pinch. A few of the jokes that I used to do to segue into songs.
Oh, the jokes, yeah.
I've kind of had to be like, well, that doesn't work because the people at this show probably know that we're dating, so can't quite make that reference to some, like old Flame or something like that. Yeah.
Is it known who Oh Jonathan is about? Because I don't know. Is it like common knowledge, or is it?
I don't know if it is or not. I mean, it's just about an ex, like off and on. Yeah. I mean, I feel like there's like clues within the songs if someone feels like
you can probably Google it.
But you can probably Google it or something.
I've got a whole new batch of material and this and that, and same with her as well.
Yeah.
And I think that singing about those things and getting it out of your system is also a beautiful thing.
So I have to ask about your first date, because you said that you sort of were putting it off, but then finally you met. Was there an instant chemistry, romantically as well as sort of the creative thing when you met? What was your first date?
And I think our first date was actually a work event.
No,
for you.
was it?
Oh, was
no,
it?
I was going to see if you remembered.
We
went to Little Pine.
Oh, yeah, Little Pine, yeah.
Moby's restaurant?
Moby's restaurant. Yeah, it's so good.
That's awesome. It's
so
a great
good.
spot. After that, we
had
a work event.
Yeah, so like one of our first dates was we went to Universal. That was really fun.
It was pretty tight though, because she had like VIP passes for the Walking Dead stuff. So we've been hanging out for about a year, a little over a year.
We both like to just make up stuff.
yeah, and we work. We like to work,
Yeah.
And you sound great together.
Oh,
Thank
thanks.
you.